I'm just kidding. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 7 of the Filmmaker Focus Poll. The reason I was doing that is I think I was wearing this exact same outfit for episode 1, and that's the thumbnail. Anyway, I'm your host, Carsonus from Creationist, and today I'm bringing you the Filmmaker Focus Poll. Let's hop right in. So I hope you guys have had an excellent week. I've been having a great one myself, and I've not been creating as much as I've wanted to. And that's because I've got something else at the top of my priority. So I know number 1 is always going to be capture. And that is true. It should be the top, because if you don't have anything captured, you have nothing to edit. So you have nothing to post and share, and getting that reach is what it's really all about as a filmmaker, because you are an artist letting out what's inside your mind, and you're bringing change. So capture hasn't really been at the top, although I have been capturing new ideas, which I think is more important than anything else. And that brings us to number 2 on the Filmmaker Focus Poll. And last week we had preparation. And as much as I like to say preparation is important, it's not top this week. So I'm going to set this just right here. I think I'm prepared because I actually have a mouse today, so whenever I end the show, I don't have to actually get up. Lazy, I know, right? We're going to have direction be number 1. And for direction, it's actually going to be more so direction for me. I'm trying to learn more about storytelling because as a filmmaker, a lot of you, just being a filmmaker in general or a photographer, you notice that you can really get caught up in the visuals. And although a pretty picture is great, you need to have a story if you want the context to actually be rich. So direction is definitely something I need for myself, and so I've been reaching out and looking at other YouTube channels, because most of the ones I watch currently are just for the fancy pictures, which is great. But story, aka direction, is going to be number 1. Well, number 2, just behind capture. And then just below that, I think, which ties into storytelling, is going to be creativity. Creativity was number 3 on the Filmmaker Focus Poll last week, and we're going to continue to keep it that way, because creativity is just part of storytelling, and just creating an idea based on your own experience, your own perspective, is what drives the story. You can follow all these like structures, like I've been looking at story circles, which are like 8 points. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I highly recommend you check out what a story circle is. I don't remember the YouTuber I watched, although he did do a review on the short film Stutterer, and it's actually a very good breakdown if you want to kind of see how a structure is laid out. So story circles is kind of what I'm seeing with creativity this week. And then bringing down to the next one is something a lot of you might have experienced if you've been with me since the beginning. I was vlogging on a GoPro, and if you know anything about GoPro and trying to vlog with it, the sound is horrible. And sound is going to be very high on my list right now. I do plan on soon going from a lapel mic to possibly a boom mic. That way I can get cleaner audio, 1, and 2, just have a lot less dangliness, because I'm not a fan of that. So we're going to bring up sound to take the place of method, which we will get to later. Putting sound at the top. Also, I find that sound is probably the hardest thing for myself because I am so visual. And whenever I'm doing testing before these live streams, it is by far the hardest thing I find. Just trying to get decibels right and the right levels, and sometimes I just can't get my mic to work at all. So I really think everyone should pay attention to sound more, as it is half of audio. I talked to a lady at Best Buy, this was actually yesterday, and she's starting her YouTube channel, and she does ASMR. I'm sure a lot of you know what that is. It's pretty trendy right now. But we talked for about 20 minutes about just sound, and I surprised myself with how much I knew, and it gave me the curiosity to dive deeper and, again, get some more direction for myself. And then that brings us to it's 4 on the poll, but really it's 5. Last week we had perspective, and in its place I am putting innovation. And with innovation, I'm just looking at using the stuff I have now. That's usually how innovation goes for me in my mindset, is using what you already have, and that's why I haven't bought a mic yet, and it's already at episode 7. It's not top of the priority, although it is something I need to work on. But really, I've been innovating by using this guy. You're probably wondering what this garbage is, and it's actually not garbage. It is a present from about maybe 4 years ago. And I've been telling myself I need to buy the new DJI Tello. It's not too new, it's still generation 1. But a Tello is essentially DJI's small version of a drone. And the reason why I want one of these is because I am gaining experience flying in my house, because I live right near the airport, and I am not able to actually fly my larger drone, the DJI Mavic. And since I can't fly it every single day, I'm not, fine-tuning my skills. And I've noticed, even after doing this for about 5 days, on and off, I've been increasing a lot. And I actually like that this has a physical controller. I like that feedback, opposed to the Tello, which would actually be touchscreen. Technical stuff aside, having one of these is going to make you a better drone pilot. It's just going to get you used to the motor controls, and eventually, I hope, just like with my unicycle, it'll become second nature. You can also see the innovation I had used to fix the broken arms. They're not broken yet, although I have been putting it through a rough time. So use what you have today. You don't need to try to buy the newest gadgets, because at the end of the day, story is what matters, and your own skills. It's not the tech. Tech is constantly evolving, and as soon as you walk out of that store with the new tech, you really are behind. So next, below innovation, bringing this back up, we have method. And method is something I really want to get better at. I have been getting into a groove, I'd say, with the show, and just overall being a filmmaker and cleaning my lenses, as all of you should after the shoots, and offloading your footage, organizing it, have a good method to it. But the one thing I have been lacking on is a show time. I have not per se had a particular time. I do this every Tuesday, although it keeps getting later and later. I mean, it's almost 7 o'clock right now, and I'm going to be hanging out with a friend after this, and I'm kind of pushing it close. So structure, I think, is something we always need to continue to work on, because it is the backbone of our success. And that kind of leads me to the next part, which is preparation. I believe that preparation ties hand in hand with method, because your method is kind of like your checklist for the preparation. And if you don't have a method, you are going off madness. You can be kind of prepared, but if you don't know what to expect, how do you expect to really be prepared? Also, I have another computer right here to talk about preparation. I was prepared, although I don't have up the live stream. So I am now going to be looking at any comments, say we have any right now. If you are watching live, I will be able to talk with you right now. So have that up. I'm trying to really be prepared and just overall working on structure. So I think method and preparation kind of tie hand in hand, and all of us need to work on it. And next, what we have is going to be perspective. And perspective is another thing I have been using this drone for. The reason I want to get good at this is not because I love flying tiny drones. The camera doesn't even work on this anymore. It looked like a 1950s television anyway. But the real reason is because DJI came out with new FPV goggles, and it has made FPV even easier. Although they don't have a newer drone for FPV, they have the transmitter, the controller, and the headset. And it's the first time you can actually see live feedback of your drone in high definition instead of also a 1950s television, which is how it was before. And I watch a person called Johnny FPV. I don't know if you guys have seen his work, but check him out. He has an Instagram, which he posts more frequently on, but as well, he does have a YouTube, Johnny FPV. I highly recommend you check out his content. It is highly inspirational for myself, and he, along with just my past experience with drones, building one in high school and getting this, I've very much been interested, but I've been pushing it aside because I've been learning the more creative aspects of it. Opposed to him, he learned the drone motor skills and then the creative aspect. So I'll be working kind of backwards, but you know, we all make our own story, and so I think perspective would be really cool from one of these drones. I'm actually going to see if I can get this guy flying real quick. Y'all can see if I can walk the walk instead of talking. So it has gotten easier. Unlike one of the, I don't even know if you guys can hear me. Unlike one of the DJI like Mavic drones that you can buy commercially, one of these drones you are not relying on any hovering, any automatic modes. It is all manual, and with that I feel like you get a lot more control. You can get the feel of it, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. So perspective, this guy right here, this is what I use as my object to indicate perspective. This was actually what I thought would make good real estate photos. I was highly wrong. This was $30 on Amazon. I'm not even going to tell you what the brand is. It's not good, but it goes to show that it really is the lens that matters, not these cheap little adapters. Although I did get a new lens. I get that tomorrow. But look at this guy. Oh, it's horrible. It's just straight fisheye. Oh, let's see. Yeah. Not flattering one bit. If you want your house to look like it's inside of a bubble, go for it. I will not. But yeah, perspective. It's going to be it's number 8 on the Filmmaker focus pole. And at the bottom of the physical pole, before support, we have lighting. And I'm still feeling pretty confident in my lighting, so I am going to keep it at the bottom. And I don't know if you guys noticed this little guy, but I don't know if he's actually doing much, but I just thought it was fun because I wanted to keep these two kind of together. And I don't know. You tell me. Do you like my lighting? It could probably be improved, but I've got a lot of stuff going on right here. I'm feeling good. That could always change, especially doing more projects is where you actually notice the lighting. In a studio setting like this, aka my bedroom, lighting is much easier. But yeah, that's going to bring us to the very last part. Lighting connected to the support is support. And not only do I think of support now in the sense of having it control the way, the audience kind of feels about the image. Like you being on a tripod right now, it's very personable. We are just sitting. I'm trying to keep it eye level. the support goes a long way in how the person interprets it. I try to keep my line straight, because if I start giving a skewed angle, you will subconsciously start looking at me and taking my words in a different perspective. But not only do I think about support in the sense of how you hold the camera, but also support as in the people who support you, your friends, your colleagues, other creatives. And their support is what goes a long way and what gives you the reach. And just also what they say is kind of how people will kind of look at your work and look at how you do things. And they could say good things, they could say bad things. So it's good to keep your support system strong. And with that being said, I am going to try to start collaborating more. I would love to have someone on the show by episode 10, another filmmaker, of course. But also I think I want to start documenting more. And with that, I mean, I just want to shoot more and like show other creatives what we can do together, and not even necessarily upload the videos publicly, but privately, maybe give them a link, and that way we can look at our work, because I do love showing you guys behind the scenes. But I believe I've noticed mostly with my graphic design is you don't want to show everything in the works. You don't want to give it all away. That's kind of a part of storytelling, is the anticipation that it brings. And having more documentation will help everyone get on the same page, and two, give them something to review and not make it mass known, because whenever you do have that release, it's going to have so much more oomph. I don't even know what to really say besides that. Clixie, what camera do you use? Also, how are you, man? Oh, thank you, Clixie, for watching. I haven't had comments in one of these shows since, honestly, episode 1. I am using the 5D. Oh, it's not typing. I am using the 5D Mark IV with the 17-40 f4 L series lens. Guys, if you want a cheap L series lens, I highly recommend this lens. If you have the 51.8 and you're looking to upgrade to something maybe sharper, Canon has a bundle. You don't have to even buy it from Best Buy, but there is an advanced travel kit, I think is what it's called, but it is the 50-1.4 and the 40 millimeter, the 17-40 millimeter. And with that bundle, you're practically getting both lenses for the price of the 17-40. So if you're looking at getting, say, a 16-35 f4, it doesn't have anything extra that I think is worth that money. So I recommend you get the 2-lens bundle, because even if you do have the 50-1.4, like I know John Stell, he's a local photographer in Myrtle Beach. He came to Best Buy. He was going to buy the 16-35, and I told him, no, don't do that. Buy this bundle. He's like, I already have the 50-1.4. He went ahead and flipped it. So he bought the bundle, flipped the lens, and so he practically got the 17-40 half off, which is what I did. I got it half off, and I really recommend that. Yeah, you're very welcome, Clixie. I'm doing great. I hope you are too. And I really appreciate you guys for watching, whether you watched it live or you're just watching this after the fact. I will be here next Tuesday and all the Tuesdays to come. I really love doing this show for you guys. It's the best way I can get personal with you guys. So thank you again, and I will catch you guys in the next one. But before that, if you watched last week's episode, now I did glitch, but I drew out of, not a hat, but I drew out of a bowl. It's called Fortuitous Films, or Flicks. Fortuitous Flicks. because they're tiny. I'm trying to make these anywhere from 30 to 90 seconds, but it's me randomly drawing adjectives, nouns, and verbs. And last week, I had to put it in the comments because my connection was so bad, although I am running Ethernet 50 feet throughout my house. But we had running, soccer, and sweet. And I told you guys that I would have something written for you. And I don't have anything necessarily written, but I do have an idea. And what it is, let me just get this ready. What it is going to be kind of a Nike inspirational commercial is what I'm going for. I don't want to say any more because, like I said, it's all about the anticipation. So thanks again, guys and girls, for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. What's up? Hey, Panda. Thank you for joining. I'm actually headed out, but I appreciate you coming to the show and going into the comments. I really appreciate it. Doing great. Thank you. Oh, yeah. I remember you. Heck yeah. I'm glad I could help you out. I like being at Best Buy because I do meet all of you other creatives. Although I don't know how much longer I will be staying there. I think until the end of the year. So if you want to check me out in person, I will be there for sure. I'd say until the end of the year. But make sure to surround yourself with ideas that inspire guys. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. And girls. I think 90% of the people who watch my channel are guys. We need to change that. Girls have an eye too. Goodbye, guys. And girls. Why do I keep saying guys? I'll work on that. Preparation. And this has been the Filmmaker Focus Poll.